When I tied the classic wet fly, the great red spinner, I wondered what it might look like as a dry fly. So here is the classic great red spinner tied as a dry fly. I am tying it on a number 12 dry fly hook. I'm using claret thread. For the tail, I'm using a few brown hackle barbs. Just grab those barbs, rip the rachis off the barbs, about the length of the body. If I hold them forward a little bit, then the torque of the thread will get them to lay directly on top of the hook shank, hopefully. And I'll go ahead and wrap up over those butt ends. Try to keep the underbody as even as reasonable. I'm going to wrap in a piece of mylar tinsel. I want the gold to show, so I'm going to wrap the gold towards the hook shank. That way when I wrap it, it'll flip and the gold will show. Bring my thread back to where I have the tail tied in. And I recently learned this technique for dubbing from Jonathan Antonis at the Trout Conjurer. You can look Trout Conjurer up on YouTube and find his channel. If you invert the hook, then the point of the hook is not in the way when you twist on the dubbing. I'm going to wax my thread with some cobbler's wax. That's going to help that dubbing stick to it, and I'm using some red wool for the dubbing, and I'm going to try to get a thin noodle. Even with the wax on the thread, I find that if I wet my finger, it helps to spin that dubbing on the thread. So I just want a nice thin layer. I could have just used the thread, I suppose, for the body, but the classic wet fly does have a red wool body. So I'm trying to create this fly with essentially the same look and ingredients as the wet fly. I'm going to change the way the wings are because I'm going to put a dry fly spent spinner style wings, and I'm going to do a dry fly hackle instead of a wet fly hackle. My reason for choosing a claret thread is that the heads on the Mary Orvis Marbury flies, from where I got the illustration for the Great Red Spinner, are red or a dark red. The Orvis flies were tied in either black or red silk, and then the heads were lacquered, and the lacquer used in the late 1800s darkened the threads so that that red silk turned to a dark red or more like a claret. I can go ahead and write my fly, and then I'm going to wrap the tinsel, and I'm going to counter wrap it, so I'm going the other direction with it. And as I wrap, it flips so that the gold side of that bicolor tinsel shows. Now, flies in the 1800s obviously were not tied with mylar tinsel. They were tied with a metal tinsel, and it was only one-sided, so there really was no worry about that side to side thing. I did invert the hook again so that I can tie that rib off on the bottom. And that's just a picky little thing. Start on the bottom, end on the bottom kind of thing that I've just picked up recently that it is really picky. I'll go ahead and clip off the extra tinsel. Right my hook again. So I'm using hackle tips. These are rooster hackle, but they're not what we would consider a genetically engineered dry fly hackle. I want the wing to be about the length of the body, so I'm going to clip off just the tip of this wing, or this feather for the wing. Now if I were to tie that in as is, I'd be tying over all of these barbs here at the front, and then I have to deal with them sticking out underneath of the tie-in point. So what I'm going to do is pull down on the barbs at the base, measure again so that my wing is about the length of the hook, and then I'm going to clip those barbs real short in what is called a crew cut. Now this is a blue dun or dark dun feather. So then I have those very short barbs, and that is going to help give the thread something to grab onto. One more there if I can. So now I need a second one of these. I'll go ahead and do that off camera. I'll just lay those two rakuses on my shank, wrap back over them. Go ahead and clip out the butt ends. And then I'm going to pick them up, and hopefully I don't have too many barbs back behind to worry about. And then wrap behind those two wing feathers to get them to stand up. So the spinner stage of a mayfly is actually after it's mated, and I suppose during or after the egg laying, they fall dead onto the top of the water, and when they do, we call them spent spinners, but their wings just lay out flat, and that's where they become easy food. So what I'm working on is taking those two feathers and spreading them and getting them to lay down flat or flattish. We call that spent. So I'm going to X-wrap and that will help keep those feathers laid out in that spent position. The fibers that are standing up that are right at the bottom, they're all going to get hidden in the hackle. So I have some size 12 hackle. So size 12 hackle means that the barbs are 1 to 1.5 the length of the hook gape. And I'm going to pull down on the barbs at the butt of the racus. The racus is the stem. The fibers along the stem are the barbs. And I'm going to give that a crew cut as well because I want to give my thread something to hang on to. And then the feathers have a dull side and a shiny side. and I'm tying it with the shiny side out. These are short barbs. They're going to stand up pretty much, and I suppose I really ought to tie them with the shiny side in. So let's do that. That'll help those barbs lean forward rather than back, which is really much more the traditional way to do a dry fly hackle. So just catch that in a couple times in front and then come back and grab it from the back as well. Bring my thread out in front of the eye. It's a long feather. I can wrap it just with my fingers, and tying it with the shiny side forward will make those barbs bend forward, and that's part of what will help keep this fly floating. Right, a dry fly is one that we fish floating. A wet fly is one that we fish under the surface of the water. So 3 wraps, 4 wraps at the back. I'll do the same in the front. Just kind of looking for a nice full hackle. The fuller the hackle, the better the float. Now I do have an issue because I did wrap that with the shiny side forward. I have all those barbs hanging out in front of the eye. So I'm going to have to take care of that. And I'll do that in just a minute when I tie this off. So let me just catch it in 3 wraps over the top. And then I'm just going to take it's a pen I use as a half-hitch tool. I'm just going to take that and push back on all of this stuff, just to kind of get it bent back a little bit. And I'm going to go ahead, before I even cut that feather off, and put just 1 half-hitch underneath of that feather end, and that's going to start to help all that stuff, all that hackle, to lean back. And I'll just reach in here with the tip of my scissors and cut that feather out. And then I will do 1 more single half hitch, again just to get all that stuff, all those barbs off the eye. And then I'm going to do a couple of double half hitches. So a double half hitch is when I put the thread around my tool twice and then pull those off. And that is going to create the head. Seat that knot and then do that 1 more time. So I have 2 double half hitches, which is essentially the same thing that I would do with a whip finisher and a 2 wrap whip finish. Then I can take my scissors. I'm just going to push it against the thread. That way I don't cut out any of the barbs. And then I'll take a look at it from the side. I've got, my wings aren't real long, but they're there and they're splayed out. They're not standing up straight. So that's the spent wing on a spinner. Instead of lacquer on the head, I'm going to put a drop of diluted goop. So I have a needle that I stick in my jar of liquid. Then I want to make sure that my eye is still clean, and so I will push another hackle tip through the eye and make sure that it is clean and tip it ready.